What do you do when you're craving something super rich and creamy, decadent, and yet still keto friendly? You make keto peanut butter pie, of course. Hi, I'm Carolyn from All Day I Dream About Food, and today we're making keto peanut butter pie. This rich, creamy, and oh-so peanut buttery dessert is actually really easy to make. It requires no baking, and it takes keto ingredients you can find just about anywhere. The hardest part is waiting for it to set properly. You know what's also easy? Staying hydrated with Element. I have become a huge fan of this zero sugar electrolyte drink mix. Element has the perfect ratio of electrolytes. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Nutrients our bodies need every day. Best of all, it tastes great and comes in a variety of flavors, including the wild mango chili and lemon habanero. Both of them are delicious. It also comes in unflavored if you want to add your own flavorings. Because of my busy, active lifestyle, Element helps me ward off headaches, sleeplessness, and muscle fatigue. And it's so easy to make. Just add the powder to your water, put on the cap, and shake to combine. And then you have a refreshing drink that helps support your healthy lifestyle. Right now, Element is offering my subscribers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any Element order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/dreamaboutfood. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklment.com/dreamaboutfood. Okay, my darlings, first we make the crust. So we have 1 cup of almond flour, and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder and a 1/4 cup of powdered sweetener. Because this crust isn't baked, you really want the sweetener not to be gritty, so it should be a confectioner style or a powdered sweetener. Then add just a pinch of salt to give it a little extra flavor, and stir to combine those and break up any clumps. Then you're going to add a 1/4 cup of melted butter. And you're really just going to work that in until the mixture begins to clump together. And your crust is ready to go when you can take the mixture and squeeze it in your hands and it holds together. Then we're going to put it in our pie plate. So we want to take a 9-inch pie plate and lightly grease it. And I have a little leftover butter from my melted butter, so I'm just going to brush that in. Then you're going to transfer your crust mixture to the pie plate and spread it all over the bottom. And you're going to press it firmly into the bottom and up the sides of the plate. So when you're working with a no-bake crust like this, you'll notice that you end up with fingerprints all in your pie crust, and it's hard to get those out, but I've discovered a handy-dandy tool. One of these little dowels, these baking dowels, where you can really press down and press out the fingerprints and smooth the bottom of your pie crust. You can actually use a flat bottom glass for this as well, but this thing's really useful because it's smaller and it gets right into the edges. And once you've got it all smooth on the bottom, you can use your fingers to just sort of crimp the edges of the top nice and decoratively. And you will get your hands nice and dirty doing this. Now you want to take your crust and stick it in the freezer while you start preparing the filling. So the filling for a peanut butter pie is mostly made of cream cheese, peanut butter, and heavy whipping cream. Now I get a lot of questions on what peanut butter I like to use, and I have recently discovered one that I love. It's this Santa Cruz Organic. It has no sugar and it is no stir, so it's super thick and creamy right from the beginning, and you don't have to mix in the oils. So we're going to take 6 ounces of well-softened cream cheese and add 3/4 cup of the creamy Santa Cruz peanut butter. And we'll beat these together until nice and smooth. And then we're going to add some sweetener. So I have 2/3 cup of powdered swerve sweetener. And when beating that in, I always recommend starting slowly because it likes to poof out of the bowl. Then we're also going to beat in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And if your peanut butter is unsalted, you may want to add just a pinch of salt, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. And you can see here that your peanut butter mixture is very, very thick, and it's going to be hard to fold it into the whipped cream. So to lighten it a little, you can just add 1 or 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream to make it a little less thick. Now to make our filling super light and fluffy, we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, nicely chilled. It won't whip properly if it's not chilled. And we're going to beat it until it holds stiff peaks. Okay, that's looking great. Now you're going to take your whipped cream, and you really want to fold it all nicely until it's not streaky at all. And when you're done folding them together, you'll have a nice, light and airy peanut butter mousse. So we can take our frozen pie crust and put our filling right into it. And while you're making peanut butter pie, I highly recommend leaving a little in the bowl or on the spatula, you know, as a taste test while you're waiting for it to set. And you just want to spread the filling evenly in the crust. And now comes the hard part. You need to get this guy into the freezer for 2 to 3 hours until it firms up properly. Patience, my children, and you will be handsomely rewarded. Woohoo! Peanut butter pie is done, and I'm so excited to dig in. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Now this keto peanut butter pie is delicious just as it is, but it's also fun to decorate the top. And you have a lot of choices here. You could do something like some chocolate sprinkles. You could do some chopped peanut butter cups, but I'm going to drizzle it with some homemade chocolate sauce. It's just cream and chocolate chips melted together. So I'm just gonna lightly drizzle it over with just a small spoon so I can drizzle it over lightly all over the pie. And if you're more talented than I am, you could do some patterns or something fancy. I'm sure you can come up with something. There we go. Look at that. Now let's cut into our delicious decadent dessert. To do this, I always recommend heating up your knife. I just do it over the gas flame of my stove, but you can sit it in some hot water as well. It'll just cut more cleanly. Look at that. Look at that. How good does that look? Okay, I'm gonna take a small bite because I really wanna save this for dessert tonight. I don't wanna fill up right now. Do I need to tell you this is good? You can tell it's good, right? It's so good. I'm just gonna keep eating it. For this delectable keto dessert and so many more, please check out alldayidreamaboutfood.com.